This is what narcissists fear the most from a former supply, and will make him crazy. Narcissists undoubtedly experience fear, and it's rooted in their past relationships. This fear might surprise you because it's probably not what you expect, and you might have already triggered it. It's something that embarrasses them immensely, to the point that they'd rather you not know about it. Curious to find out what it is? Keep watching. Greetings, everyone, and welcome back to the Narcissist Exposed channel. I trust you're all doing well. In this video, we'll delve into the most significant fear that narcissists have when it comes to their ex-partners or previous relationships. I'm certain this will come as a surprise because it's probably not what you typically associate with narcissists. This fear revolves around being exposed or discovered by an ex-partner or someone from a past relationship. Contrary to common beliefs, narcissists indeed experience deep-seated fears, as it strikes at the core of their insecurities and emotional wounds. When these fears are triggered, there's something the narcissist is desperate to avoid, which explains their tendencies to either go silent or initiate smear campaigns. Let's dive into the most profound fear that narcissists harbor. Their fear is deeply rooted in the possibility of you walking away, of abandoning them. This fear taps into their most profound insecurities. The narcissist will employ every possible tactic to prevent you from leaving. Reflect on your relationship. How many times have they attempted to hinder your departure? Even after you've departed, they may have made endeavors to lure you back. The narcissist dreads the thought of your departure because it represents abandonment for them, and this concept terrifies them. It signifies that you're rejecting them and choosing to step away. Their utmost desire is for you to stay. When you begin to see through their facade, your choice to walk away becomes a reality. This is something they desperately want to evade. They don't wish for you to realize or comprehend that their conduct is toxic. Ultimately, they possess some level of awareness regarding their actions, signifying that their treatment of you is calculated and serves a specific agenda. It's also essential for us to consider how these individuals managed to ensnare us in these relationships, how they manipulated us into staying despite everything. For narcissists, when someone departs, it signifies rejection and implies that we no longer want or need them in our lives. This is a bitter pill for them to swallow. They are adamant about not allowing us to go anywhere, even though they are incapable of providing a healthy relationship. They will go to great lengths to hinder our departure or attempt to reconcile once we've left, unless we've inflicted what is known as a narcissistic injury. If we have significantly hurt or exposed them, then there is no hope for reconciliation. It would be far too humiliating for them. They cannot return to reclaim you, and this represents one of their greatest fears. In reality, it's not just one of their fears, it's their most substantial fear, the fear that you will perceive them for who they truly are, that you will depart and share your experiences with others. This translates to exposure and vulnerability for the narcissist, which is a significant trigger for their anxieties. It's essential to grasp that narcissists heavily depend on the people in their surroundings for validation. When individuals around them become cognizant of their genuine nature and discern the narcissist's true intentions, they are unable to satisfy their yearning for validation. Their desire to extract this affirmation from those around them is of paramount significance to them. Narcissists are profoundly affected by people leaving or forsaking them. Such abandonment often triggers memories of their emotional neglect during their childhood, leaving behind deep emotional scars and leading to an emotional turmoil that they couldn't comprehend as children. All they knew was that it caused intense pain and was exceedingly challenging to cope with. Hence, it is critical for narcissists that you do not depart or unveil their facade, as such situations resonate with the painful recollections from their past, exposing vulnerabilities they prefer to conceal. Narcissists possess a conscious awareness of their particular agenda and understand the rationale behind their actions. Nonetheless, they are incapable of altering this behavior because any such change would leave their needs unfulfilled. It is improbable for them to modify something that secures the fulfillment of their needs, as they have no incentive to do so. After all, if they are obtaining what they desire, there appears to be no requirement for change. Meeting their needs holds utmost importance for the narcissist, as it grants them a sense of belonging and affection. It also addresses the attention deficit from their formative years, which is exceedingly significant to them. In fact, every action they undertake is intricately linked to this central need. You might be perplexed by how such a seemingly inconsequential matter could exert such a profound influence over their entire conduct and character. But let me assure you it does. This unfulfilled longing has its roots in an unmet childhood necessity, and it is ingrained deeply within them. This childhood void that remains unaddressed continues to shape their adulthood, serving as a compelling impetus behind all their deeds and demeanor. As adults, they persistently labor to satisfy this unmet need, elucidating why their every action appears propelled by this underlying desire. From an external perspective, this may appear peculiar or even insignificant, yet comprehending this facet offers valuable insight into the motives driving narcissists' behavior. Narcissists nurture an ingrained apprehension of being exposed or unveiled by former partners. They dread the notion that these ex-partners might fathom and unveil their genuine disposition. Despite this apprehension, they cannot cease their conduct because it fulfills a need that remained unaddressed during their formative years. Now, as grown-ups, they embark on an unrelenting quest to satiate this lingering necessity. In many respects, narcissists come across as disoriented, bereft of a solid sense of self, drifting in life, and perplexed about their own identity. It is crucial to remember that their perception of the world diverges significantly from ours. Their interpretation of events and circumstances frequently deviates from our own. A substantial portion of the time, narcissists are responding to their trauma or acting from an ego-driven standpoint. While it may appear peculiar for such behavior to persist consistently, this is merely their modus operandi. Their actions originate from a place of childlike distress and trauma. Their most profound aspiration is for your unwavering presence in their life. They nurture an idealistic expectation that, once you've cherished them in the past, you will endure by their side, offering your perpetual affection. Yet, we understand that reality does not invariably conform to such desires. It is not always feasible or advisable to maintain relationships under these circumstances. Nonetheless, for narcissists who dread the agony of rejection and the anguish of abandonment above all else, these concepts wield unparalleled power as their most formidable triggers. The prospect of being forsaken is especially terrifying for them, echoing the lingering, unmet needs from their formative years that continue to haunt them in their adult lives. Once you fathom that their conduct revolves around eliciting emotional responses from you and procuring validation, you'll discern that their every action serves this singular purpose. This represents the extent of their intricate motivations. They remain resolutely focused on fulfilling this unresolved need, without concern for any other considerations, except ensuring that you cater to their requirements. This is the challenging aspect to comprehend. The quest for securing this emotional supply necessitates ensnaring individuals into admiring or adoring them. The exclusive method by which narcissists achieve this efficiently is through mirroring these individuals and employing gaslighting tactics to compel submission. If a narcissist covets someone's affection or approval, they must assume a striking semblance to that individual, since revealing their disparities would entail exposing their genuine selves. Disclosing their authenticity entails risk, for it opens the door to the possibility of rejection, where the individual may either appreciate the genuine narcissist or not. For a narcissist, every encounter with a new individual holds substantial stakes. They possess an insatiable need for each person they meet to either admire or fall head over heels for them. Handling uncertainty or taking the risk that someone may not reciprocate their affections is beyond their emotional capacity. Consequently, they resort to manipulation tactics, such as mirroring and gaslighting. Essentially, comprehending these dynamics unravels the enigma of narcissistic behavior. Every facet of their actions is intertwined with their profound dread of rejection and the unresolved childhood needs that persist into adulthood, governing all their interactions and relationships. The rationale behind narcissists seemingly mirroring your character and employing love-bombing strategies is to establish an emotional bond with you. They specifically target individuals they believe possess kindness, compassion, and patience, as they assume these individuals won't easily abandon them. This becomes the foundation for the trauma bond that ensues when you exhibit empathy and goodwill. Narcissists thrive on this dynamic because it satiates their cravings. Any toxic individual welcomes such behavior because it caters to their desires. Consequently, they yearn to keep you within their grasp, fearing the loss of your presence. In reality, when they realize that you've penetrated their facade, their apprehension about forfeiting their source of energy intensifies. They are reluctant to relinquish access to your life force that fuels them. Their attempts at reconciliation are driven not so much by the desire to win you back as by the urge to regain what you can offer them. While there may be a minuscule fraction rooted in a desire for your return, it's not founded on authentic love or affection, but rather on the potential benefits they can extract from you. Ultimately, narcissists tend to objectify people, viewing them more as instruments or commodities than genuine human beings with emotions and needs. Their interactions with others are transactional, focusing solely on what those individuals can provide for them. Once this reality is grasped, it becomes evident that any connection a narcissist seems to share with you lacks authenticity and deep roots. It predominantly revolves around siphoning energy from you and capitalizing on what you can contribute. It's essential for anyone entangled with a narcissist to recognize that this pattern is unlikely to transform into something healthier or more profound. Individuals demonstrating prominent narcissistic traits typically do not readily change under ordinary circumstances. I appreciate your time spent delving into these insights regarding the intricate realm of narcissism. Comprehending these dynamics can facilitate more effective navigation of relationships and encourage empathy for those grappling with these challenges. If you found this information valuable, kindly remember to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for additional enlightening content. Always keep in mind that knowledge is a powerful tool. Let's persist in this shared journey of learning. Until next time, take care.